Don't look for 10 yeses, look for 90 no's. Now that sounds strange. Who do you think you are? Steph Curry. A few of my clients have gotten back to me recently about their sales calls, their sales guys, about how some of their sales team are feeling deflated after calls. And they're like, what can I say to encourage them? What can I say to help them? What can I say to make them feel better? What I'd say to that, the issue is not rejection, it's arrogance. Now that sounds strange. How are we arrogant? Because who told you that all of the sales calls you make are gonna go through? The reality is, if you're making sales calls or maybe your appointment setting, there's a low percentage of wins you're gonna get from that particular space. Everybody knows it. Anybody who makes good calls knows you get an uptake of maybe 20 to 30% of the calls you make that turn into real useful leads. And that's basically the ones you actually pick up. Think about the amount of people that don't pick up, that put the phone straight away. So many of these things have to be factored in when you're thinking about those calls you're making. But what happens? Someone gets 100 numbers, they're told to make calls, and they're disappointed when the first 20 don't pick up or tell them to go away. The way to overcome that rejection is to realize I'm only gonna get 10 out of that 100, which means I'm looking for 90 no's. Don't look for 10 yeses, look for 90 no's. If you pick up the phone, you say, hello, I wanna speak to you, put the phone down, that's one step closer to your next win. It's all about how you see it, it's all about how you process it. Disappointment is based on your expectations. You only get disappointed if you expect to constantly win. Now, of course, there is the natural human emotion of being tired of hearing the same thing over and over again. We're not referring to that. We're referring to the internal rejection that people feel when they get rejected on sales calls. You don't go on the basketball court, start trying to shoot threes and expect every single one of them to go in. Who do you think you are? Steph Curry. Again, that's an unrealistic expectation. But if you have in your mind, I'm gonna get every single shot, you're gonna get frustrated by the third shot, right? But let's be honest, we all know if we weren't given a basketball and you stood in front of the hoop, you're not expected to get most of them in. When you're shooting the first 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, because you know you aren't gonna get any in anyway. And then when you get that one and it's like, woohoo, I got it in, because you technically exceeded your own expectations. Some people might be like, well, if I don't know I'm gonna get it in. Some might think by having low expectations, I'm not gonna do the job well. Again, back to the basketball analogy. When you go to shoot, you're not shooting to miss. You're shooting with your best technique to score. It's just that the probability of scoring is low, so your expectation to win is in line with the probability of you winning. If you know only 10 of your sales calls will turn into appointment, you're not upset when 50 people say no. It's an expectation that you've adjusted your mind to, if you adjust your mind to it. If you expect disappointment, it is not a disappointment. And I'm not saying you only expect disappointment. You expect the probability to win, but also the probability to be disappointed. You take it in stride. I'm going to win 10 times, but I'm going to lose 90 times. For all things sales, business growth, and strategy, follow Ken Blue.